Everybody, we are back. It is Tapedontlie, favorites podcast, favorites channel, favorites everything. We are back. You guys already know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, subscribe. Hit the like button if you like it. Hit the dislike button if you don't like it. Leave a comment if you like it. Leave a comment if you don't like it. Also follow us on Twitter at the Mark John NFL for me, at mholder95 for Matt, and of course pandasubs.com. Discount code TDL for 25% off. Also make sure you hit up that QR code because you know that's homage. Get the 15% off at. Get you a Mendoza shirt, 50% off. We also got the Tecmo Super Bowl shirt here. Bo Jackson, you can get a Bo Jackson shirt. Also, any Raiders gear on there, guys. Any Raiders gear. Just some cool Raiders jackets on there. I might go on there and use the 15% off myself. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. So, but yeah, go ahead, check that out. And also make sure you check out the Tapedontlie store. You get the Tapedontlie hats. You get the white hats. You got crew necks. Not crew necks. I mean, jogger pants stuff.
That's a little different than a crew neck.
Crew neck, I know it is. I know it is. But go ahead, check out the Tapedontlie store. Got a whole bunch of cool stuff. Go support the channel that way, and everything you guys do, it helps and supports the channel. All right. So today we're doing DJ Glaze and Charles Grant. Today it's going to be a little exciting to see Charles Grant. I've really done Charles Grant breakdown and dive into a little DJ Glaze a little bit. So before we do that, talk about the ESPN top 10. The Raiders had 3 players on there. I think it was Max Crosby, Tyler Linderbaum. Yeah, Max Crosby, Tyler Linderbaum.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Crosby was 4. Linderbaum was 8. And there was a third guy that was on there too, and I can't remember who the third guy was. I think it was
Quay Walker got like an honorable mention.
I know, but there was somebody else. Because Linderbaum, and then who's going to be that cornerback? And Brock Bowers. How did I forget that? Brock Bowers just won. Yeah. I gotta.
We should have figured out that one on our own. That's a little embarrassing,
right? I was like, who was the third guy? And I was like, Brock fucking Bowers. So see, Jesus Christ. Yeah. So the Raiders have a number 1 player, number 4 player, and number 8. What are your thoughts on that, Matt? I mean, like, I guess it's kind of like having 3 very good and then 2 elite players, right? Because you have elite center because he's the number 2 center on there.
Yeah, I think the cool thing too is outside of Crosby, I guess. Well, not Bowers either. I was going to say because Quay Walker was still on my mind. That the fact that like a few of the free agent signings got some shout outs, which speaks to Spytek's work in the offseason and the talent that they've added on the roster. Like we say, Quay Walker didn't crack the top 10, but he got an honorable mention. Did Nakobe Dean make it? Because I would put Dean ahead of Quay Walker personally, but
no,
I get it because of injuries. Probably more than anything. So I think that's kind of the cool thing to see Linderbaum and Quay Walker get some shout outs and get some recognition across the league because these are other guys. These are rankings from other people that are trying to pay those guys too, and obviously they think pretty highly of them. So hopefully it speaks a little bit to the added talent in the offseason, and then on top of it, bring guys back like Brock Bowers and Max Crosby, who we already knew were a couple of the best at their position. So hopefully next year we get a few more guys to crack the top 10s on these rankings. But definitely seems like the roster is heading in the right direction from where it was a year ago.
Yeah, you can tell it's heading in the right direction just because, one, you added some very quality players just to have some of these guys get mentioned here as honorable mentions or even mentioned in the top 10, having 3 guys. I don't know the last time that happened.
Colton Miller got also receiving votes, whatever that's worth in
for another honorable mention.
Tackles. Yeah, so it has it's under honorable mention, but he didn't get one of the fancy quotes. He just got his name on there. So
yeah. I mean, like I said, having all these players on the team. There is some talent on this football team, right?
Yeah.
We could talk about much talent, right? But there is talent on this football team. There's high-end talent. There's more talent on this football team than there was last year, right? And you add in the draft. The Raiders wins is 5.5 right now. So maybe, if you look at that, do they get to 6? That's kind of how maybe you would hope, depending on how the offense looks. But I think if the defensive line could, do something, they could at least steal a couple games.
Yeah. Well, a big factor in that too is how quickly is Mendoza ready, and then how quickly is he really ready? Is he ready? You know what I mean? Like, how quickly do they say that we're going to put him on the field, and then on top of it, does he pick it up or hit the ground running, or does he kind of have a little bit of struggles in his first start? So I think that's the big factor with the 5.5 total. I was looking too. Genty, honorable mention, shout out, with as frustrating of a rookie season as he had last year. It was nice to, again, get some love at least around the league, and you get a little bit of an idea of what the league thinks of him, despite the underwhelming stat line from his first year. So again, I think, like we said, there's some young talent on the roster. It's just got to get these guys to live up to the potential and produce at some point. So
yeah, Quinshon Judkins getting more votes than him is super interesting to me.
Yeah,
Josh Jacobs not making it is very interesting. Just look at this running back list. No, well, he's an honorable mention.
Oh, he's an honorable mention.
Damn, this makes me want to watch. Is Breece Hall that good? I need to watch this film then.
I have a hard time buying that he's better than Jacobs, but that I feel like the Jacobs might be we're not going to admit it, but might be a little bit of the off the field stuff.
Yeah,
maybe a little editorial switch on that one, but
that's Breece Hall, top 10 running back. Interesting.
He got paid.
Yeah, I know.
Making more money than Josh Jacobs now.
He did get paid. But yeah, the Raiders have talent on this team, so it's interesting that they have some better coaching. What happens? It's just what's funny. I mean, besides like Quay Walker, of course, and Tyler Linderbaum, but I guess having Brock Bowers and Eston Genty and just missing a couple of those guys are key. Adding Linderbaum to the offensive line, of course, is very key. So I mean, we'll see how this year goes.
Yeah, for sure. It'll be a fun one. I'm excited. It's weird. I'm not expecting much as far as wins and losses, but I am excited to see how this young roster ends up playing the season. Because again, a lot of the guys we talked about, I mean, Crosby and Colton Miller aren't, but a lot of the guys we talked about are still pretty young. So that's the thing, is they have talent. It's a lot of young talent, and that's the big key word being young, where these guys still have room for growth and need to develop. And now it's on the staff and the organization to get them where they need to be. Yeah,
because to be honest, like I really don't care about this year. I'm thinking 2027.
Yeah, for sure. I'm thinking 27, but I want to see, you know what I mean? But I want to see like the young guys. I want to see Fernando Mendoza. I want to see what these guys look like. I want to see what these guys we've been talking about for so long. What they got.
2027 is when I'm going to have those expectations. Sure. Yeah, because hopefully they add more talent, and it depends how the year goes, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. All right, but today we're talking Charles Grant and DJ Glaze, who are both two young guys as well.
Yeah. Speaking of young talent,
DJ Glaze was drafted in 2024, Grant 2025. So Glaze is going to year 3 after a disappointing season. Had a solid rookie season, disappointing last year, and then Charles Grant, who is basically his main competition here, which I think this might actually be this might be a true battle here. I wonder how this is going to go in training camp, especially like after one-on-ones and things like that. It'll be super interesting to see how this goes with these two guys. So what were your thoughts on Charles Grant, Matt?
Yeah, so Charles Grant's a tough guy to evaluate, just because as far as to say definitively, like, this is what he needs to work on to get better and to win the competition, just because the sample size is so small. Like, obviously they have a handful of clips and stuff I think he can do better, and stuff I thought he did well. But again, he played 75 total snaps or something like that. It might not even be that high. It might be overselling a little bit. It might be closer to like 50. So it's hard to just be like, oh yeah, this definitely is where he gets to play. Whereas a guy like Caleb Rogers didn't get much time, but he was still on the field for I think 5 or 6 games. So you had a little bit bigger of a sample size to work with. So that's kind of the challenge with Grant. But it kind of confirmed what I had thought, like coming into the season or coming into his NFL career, where he's a guy that I definitely think has some athleticism and has some movement skills that you really like. But similar to Grant, the play strength isn't quite there yet. Like, we'll see a few examples of this. Like, even a lot of his run blocks, he's a lot better at positioning himself than he is at necessarily generating a ton of movement. And there are a handful of times, like, he has a couple of reps here where he like widens a smaller edge defender, like a 250-pound edge defender or a linebacker. So you can see a little bit of the raw power that I think gives you some hope. But for the most part, like, he's just more of the athletic type of offensive tackle. But I think that's going to fit pretty well with Kubiak, especially in the outside zone scheme. Like, because one thing that I do like about him is he's quick off the ball and he has good lateral movement skills. So I think he can be good at like executing reach blocks. And he had we'll see a handful like backside cutoff that I think he did a really good job on, of getting inside on a technique that's getting inside on a defensive lineman that's playing a technique lined up inside of him, which obviously is a tougher block because you're at a disadvantage pre-snap. But that's what I think kind of gets me excited. And I mean, I've talked about this a bunch, ever since he was drafted, ever since Kubiak got hired, like Charles Grant was made to play in the Kubiak style of offense, right? Like just being a super athletic tackle that can execute those outside zone schemes. And on top of it, he was really good in pass pro last year. In the one game here, he got a significant amount of playing time. He only gave up one pressure, and it was to Chris Jones, and we'll take a look at it. But that was literally the only negative pass pro rep that I found for him. Again, didn't play a ton, so that certainly helps. But for the most part, he was pretty clean in pass pro, picking up, passing off stunts and stuff like that. You saw a little bit more of the athleticism, the feet, just being able to stay in front of guys. And I forgot that he has 34 and 3-inch arms, so damn near 35-inch arms. Yeah. You could see a few examples of that, of him using his length pretty well in pass pro last year, which was kind of impressive to see, especially for a young guy like that. So the big thing is too, all of his reps last year came as either the extra tight end or at left tackle. So yeah, can he do it with his feet staggered in the opposite direction and stuff like that, and do it and moving in the opposite direction, which would be interesting to see during the preseason. Mm-hmm. But if it's anything what he looked like on the left side, I do like him to win this position battle, and I do like his future at right tackle or left if Colton leaves or retires or something anytime soon, and they want to switch him over.
Yeah, I'm excited to see your Grant breakdown because just a little bit I watched him. There's talent there though. You can see the talent that he has, right? If they could get some better offensive line coaching in here and kind of develop him a little bit better, there's something there, right? The thing is he's more talented than DJ Glaze, who's the guy we're going to be talking about, and they kind of win the same round, but one went to William Mary and one went to Maryland, and that kind of tells you about how they're viewed. My opinion, because Grant is the athletic guy, but you could build him. He went to small school, but you see that he didn't belong there on film, right? You can see that, and there's a lot of talent there. And DJ Glaze was always more of that kind of what I would say power, tackle, right? He's a power right tackle who always has kind of the slow feet, and that's what you really see from him, man. It's funny. I said this on Twitter. But all his best games are against the AFC West. I think that's hilarious. Even when you look at the grades, and I just know coaches when I was thinking about that because Jonathan Cooper has trouble with DJ Glaze. And I'm going to show that. I don't know why. We talked about this last year going to the season. Jonathan Cooper, he had 5 pressures. He gave up at the home game, but I don't know that. I feel like that game was the Sears and the Chip Kelly at that point. The whole offensive line kind of just gave up at that point with the season. I think when Greg Olsen came back, they played a little bit better. But his worst games were against the speed rushers. Once they changed the offensive line coach, which is interesting when you look at his grades, he got better when they changed the offensive line coach. But until he played Will Anderson and Abdul Carter. And that's basically DJ Glaze. I mean, that's I don't know how you explain anything. He's a pretty good run blocker, right? He's pretty consistent there, in my opinion. I think there's times where he could, against certain guys, he can get too high, or it's depending on the scheme, though. In outside zone and in the space, it gets a little funky, right? But in the power game, down blocking, getting some combo blocks, he's fine. He's good. Yeah. He's a solid player. It's just if he's going against a speed guy, man, it's not gonna be fun. It's gonna be a long day for him, and that's really the. It hasn't changed, and I don't know if that's going to change. And that's why I thought, at the end of the year, we were like, this guy has to be a guard at this point.
Yeah, and I remember it's funny. I remember watching him, doing the breakdown on him when he got drafted, and that was my first thought. I'm like, I don't think you have the feet to play tackle. I think you're a better guard. And then his rookie season, he played solid. I'm like, all right, well, maybe I'll shut up a little bit and kind of let him develop. And then last season happened where I thought he kind of regressed and went back to the guy that we saw his last year at Maryland. That again, good run blocker, just doesn't have the feet to kind of hold down the edge and stay in front of those athletic pass rushers. And I laughed a little bit when you talked about when he went up against Abdul Carter, because if you go back and look at the breakdown we did on Charles Grant, the one that Charles Grant saves him is because DJ Glaze gets beat inside by Abdul Carter. And part of the reason why I thought Glaze would be a better would be a better guard than tackle is when he played Penn State in his last season, and guys like Chop Robinson were going around the edge, and I think Abdul Carter even took some. That was like one of Abdul Carter's first, like, oh, he could play edge type of games, and I think he beat DJ. If I remember correctly, he beat DJ Glaze, or gave DJ Glaze at least a run for his money. And again, both those guys, their game is rooted in speed and athleticism, and those are the ones who give him trouble. So that's why I think he's a guard. He's DJ Glaze is like an old school right tackle, like an early 2000s right tackle. That's like the really good run blocker that you want to run behind, but you kind of have to hide him in pass pro. Nowadays, those guys are guards. In the modern NFL, like that's kind of just what the progression that we've seen, where a lot of right tackles are actually pretty good pass protectors, and that's kind of where I'm hoping. Part of me is hoping that Charles Grant can win this battle, so maybe they can put DJ Glaze in the mix at guard and kind of see what he has there, because as we know, that's another spot that's up in the air going into the season.
Yeah, and that's the thing with Glaze, man. It's just he's gonna get beat by speed rushers, because his worst game in 2024, his rookie year, was against Chop Robinson in Miami. It's kind of hilarious.
The Penn State guys, for whatever reason, they just haunt him. They're just in his nightmares. Just when DJ Glaze wakes up in the middle of the night in a cold sweat, he's thinking of Chop Robinson and Abdul Carter and just getting beat around the edge. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, Anderson was doing whatever he wanted.
Yeah, that's a lot of guys.
I mean, he does it to a lot of people. Like, it was like, who's this guy? Like, it was literally,
yeah.
Like, can you give this guy some help? He probably thinking like, why is he getting no help from me?
I don't remember specifically, but I'm assuming Will Anderson just went straight through his chest multiple times.
Not even straight through his chest. He just went around him.
Oh, he went around? Yeah, okay. Will Anderson is a speed to power guy, where if he could beat you with speed to power, he's not going to change it up much throughout the game. So the fact that he was just like saying, screw it, I'm going to work the edges.
So I can just go around this guy.
Tells you something about the scouting report.
Exactly. It's like, why try to run through? He's a pretty big dude. When I could just run around him.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do DJ Glaze first. All right. So we start in the run game, of course, here. So looking at DJ Glaze, this is what I'm talking about. Just him being pretty consistent here. You see what I like, and you'll see later on, but you can see a totally difference in coaching. I don't know what happened with the coaching here, but their hands got better, because you can see a better. His hands have a pretty good placement here at the end of the year, and then that's where you can see him just kind of basically, because they're running. Looks like some little mid zone, inside zone here, and you see him get a lot of push on this down block, basically. 'Cause, I mean, this basically ends up looking like a down block here. Right, and he does a good job of just getting that push, man. You can see that just good pad level, good hand placement, and when he does that and it's perfect like that, he's gonna get that push like that. All right, next one here. It's the Texans one more time here. So you see it one more time, like it's good hand placement. Yeah, on this one, I like this one. Right, good base, good pad level, and when he wins like this is when he gets that push, right? Because he's just such a big dude, it's hard to move through him, right? He anchors really well. Now, you maybe want him to kind of finish this block a little bit better, but I think he does a good job here, opening this hole. I think Genty just gets a little funky here.
A little too much dancing.
Yeah, a little tiptoeing. Just go. Just bam. See, somebody put my name under like a Sandra tweet saying how I talk about Genty for real. So watch Marcus. They're like, who's your plug? I was like, it's me, man. I tell the truth over here. All right. So this is another good block here. I like this one. This is when we went through the Will Putnam project last season. God. Right? Oh my God. And as you can see here, just a good pad level once again. But you can just tell like the hands are a little different. You can just tell like it's so weird how they changed it up a little bit. The hands are a little different, kind of doing what I call the bear hug, but it's still a good combo block from him and Meredith here. See, he gets some good push. Of course, nothing for Genty here, because Will Putnam gets just beat immediately.
The whole time you're breaking down Glaze, I just can't get over watching Will Putnam.
Still on the team, by the way. I was like, wow. It's not a Will Putnam breakdown, but it is just. This is what I'm talking about. People knocking Ashton Genty. It's just hilarious. It's like, man, watch this game. Just watch this one. All right, here's another one. Now he ends up getting a little pancake on this one. We get a little pancake.
Ooh. Okay.
Right.
Mason Graham too.
Yeah, nice little combo block here from Maris. You know, the second level, and you see, like I said, when he has that good position. Now, I mean, this works out for him perfectly, just because Graham's trying to rip through that gap right there. But you just see him able to kind of just keep driving and drive him onto the ground here because, yeah, it's the hand placement. I mean, you'll see it later, but it was just bothering me because it got better against the Texans. It's a great run by Genty here. See Genty, you just go, just hit, just go. All right. Another combo block on this one.
That's a good one.
Now this is another good block because you just tell the difference when they change coaches from Chip Kelly to him. I don't know what Brendan Carroll was doing. I don't know if just Greg Olson was like, "You suck." And I mean, it's off the line. I don't know what happened, but you could tell that everything's a little different. Just good. Like I said, placement. I like how he flipped his hips too. You can see right here.
Yeah.
Boom. He got inside and was able to take over that block. Right. That's good. Combo block by him and Rodgers, which really set up this whole touchdown here. And you get the pancake from Parham.
Yeah.
And
he's had pretty good pad level on like most of these clips you've shown too.
Yeah.
Like this one's really good. Like he's way under that Tommy Togiai, who I believe not very tall.
Yeah.
I think he's only like 6'2".
Nice little run by Genty there.
Yeah, 6'2".
All right. It's the Broncos here. Now we get a little outside zone. So I think this is a good rep, though. I think it's a good outside zone rep. Nice little reach block on this one. Right. Good job. Like I said, another good job kind of trying to flip those hips. Now, of course, against Zach Allen, but he does a good job of setting up this cutback for Genty.
Yeah.
I think Genty reads this really well, in my opinion. Nice job by Genty. This is why Clint Kubiak joined the team. He saw this run. He was like, let's go. But, when you see film like this, he could maybe run the outside zone a little bit.
Yeah.
But you can kind of see like where the athleticism just isn't there because he's not able to kind of fully flip his hips on Zach Allen here. And Zach Allen still has the leverage a little bit.
Yeah. What I do like about this clip, though, is he does a great job of keeping his feet moving. And like right about here, he makes a decision like, all right, I'm not going to get there. So let me just let me just exaggerate his movement, push him where he wants to go.
Yeah.
If Cooper's not there or whoever makes that initial tackle, that like Zach Allen's not getting involved in there.
All right. Give me another little pancake here a little bit. Let's see what they're doing here. A little trap here. Looks like just a little power. But yeah, I mean, I think it's just a good adjustment here on this one too, just because he sees what Zach Allen's trying to do here. Because I guess Allen's trying to go for a roll tackle, or he's trying to take out. No, yeah, he's trying to take out Glaze's legs.
Yeah,
right. He does a good job of just rolling with him. Basically, opens up that hole for Genty there. It's like, did they fire? Like sometimes I watch this and like they fire Brendan Carroll. Like, super... all right, here we go.
Fired him.
Yeah. So here's another little good outside zone rep. This time he's not going against Zach Allen, so he's able to kind of. Yeah, there we go. You can see him flip the hips there. Right. Of course, with the toss here, didn't really work out here because you got my favorite blocking tight end on the team, Ian Thomas here, but nice little block by DJ Glaze. I mean, there's a little athleticism there with the run outside zone. You can see a little bit. All right, another run play here. By Glaze, another little outside zone rep. So I like this one too, because just a good job of just understanding what's happening in front of him, because he sees Rodgers has Zach Allen. He's able to get to the linebacker, and then a good job flipping his hips on the linebacker there, which kind of sets up that little cutback there for Genty. I think so. I think Kappa couldn't completely list on this block. But you see this is good job, like I said, flipping his hips, great reach block here. Great job, like I said, just understanding the zone too, seeing what he needs to block, and then good pad level there, good movement. It's good block. All right, so let's get to a little bit of the issues here with the run block. Oh, this might be a good one here on this one too. A good one. No, right there, a little bit of the negative here. So you can see on this one, like this one, the pad level is a little higher here. Mm-hmm. And maybe it's because a shorter guy, he's trying to get low. You can see his attempting to get low here, but it's also just the hand placement too. This is what I'm talking about, the changing of coaching here, because it's just bad hand placement on this one. But this is what really, the guy gets lower than him, and then is able to get that leverage and just toss him.
The DN got his hands inside on that one. Had a better positioning.
Here's another one. So as I'm saying, if he has the hands and he has the pad level at the right spot, you can see some movement from him. But I mean, there's also just a problem in space. I mean, this is like why he does not the most fit for the system, because this is, I mean, he just this dude just goes right by him.
Yeah,
he's right in that tackle. No shot here on that one. Yeah, you want him to be able to at least take out the safety, but he just gets completely worked. So there's a little bit of foreshadowing here, guys. A little bit of foreshadowing. All right. Another one here. And like I said, it kind of see the same thing here. On this one is more the hand placement. He gets tossed again. Just when he comes off the ball, right? Just the hand placement he has. That guy's able to get inside, gain that leverage, and he just doesn't have a chance, gets tossed. Yeah. All right, so let's get into some pass protection. It's gonna be a lot of him versus Jonathan Cooper, because I mean, he's the Jonathan Cooper stopper for us, guys. You know, we got maybe Colt Miller. He could stop Nick Bonito. We got somebody who could stop Jonathan Cooper for the Broncos, and that's DJ Glaze, because Cooper's a power guy, and Glaze is a pretty good anchor. That's if one thing that he does well. Like, you know, this is bad hand placement, but he can anchor, man. He builds that house real nice. He holds Jonathan Cooper up. Gives Geno Smith plenty of time, throw a touchdown. Brock Bowers right there. So, like I said, you can talk about he's a little late in his hands. Like, this always going to come back to him, and you can see the defeater a little slow, and he kind of overset a little bit. But Cooper really only has one move, so it works out for him.
I like that too. Like when he engages with Cooper, Cooper kind of catches him without a stable base, and he still re-anchors.
Yeah,
that's a good rep.
Another rep here, right? And this one has a little bit better feet. I think he got a pretty good jump on this one. He got a pretty good jump on it, right? And I think you can see where the long arms come in right there, and he's able to kind of keep Cooper at bay from getting inside his chest here, right? He's able to hold him up a little bit. I'll tell you, he's the Jonathan Cooper killer. All right.
Fortunately, Jonathan Cooper might not be playing.
See another good anchor here on this one. Oh, is he hurt?
No, he's got arrested twice in like 4 days.
Oh yeah, that's that guy, man. I can't follow all these arrests, man. All right. I mean, the suspension might come later. But this rep, this is another good rep here. Right, guy tries to go through his chest here. Like I said, he just handles power rushers. This is what he does best, is anchoring. Right here. Yeah. When you try to run through him, it's tough. It is. It's not easy for you to run through him. Here's another one against Cooper here. Tries to run through him, right? Mm-hmm. And it's just he just builds that right there, man. And you can see Cooper kind of stumbling there, trying to run through him. It's not gonna work. That's not gonna work today.
The one thing I do really like about his like pass sets, especially at the vertical or the 45-degree ones like this one, like he does a great job of not overextending and making the guy come to him. Yeah. Too many tackles. We'll see this with on the one with Grant where he gets beat. Like he gets a little out of his tube, and that ends up screwing him over. But Glaze does a pretty good job of staying patient.
Right. This one's a little off the play action, but you can still see the anchor ability on this one. I want to show this one off. Right, off play action, but you can still see that good anchor ability right there. And you see Geno Smith just miss a wide open Trey Tucker for a touchdown. Eyes bleeding, guys.
I was gonna say you can hear the pain in Marcus's voice as he says that.
All right. So let's get to some of the speed rushes. Some of these rushes. I mean, this one is all right. This is the last good one here, but you can see it one more time here. Gets a little help from Genty, but just that anchor ability. You try to run through him, man. It's tough. And what I like on this one, he's able to kind of stick with him. You see some good feet there. There it is. There you go. All right. Now, here we go. All right. So, as you see on this one, I mean, it's just, you can see the just speed is how slow he has to recover, right? I mean, because, yeah, they go jump with the kick step, right? And, obviously, they saw something on film, that how he always just kind of jumps out like this, expecting that help, and they just went inside. I think this is Daniel Hunter in this one. He just goes right inside. That's Will. Oh, that's Will. Okay, it is.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, like he won Defensive Player of the Year, didn't he?
Will Anderson?
No, or somebody else did.
No, Myles Garrett did.
Oh yeah, because he had 20.
He kind of set the sack record.
Yeah. Nice, man.
Will Anderson won D-Roy a couple of years ago.
Oh, okay,
he was a first-team All-Pro, I think.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's what I meant.
Yeah. He was pretty damn good.
Yeah, exactly. And see, even this one, like, Will Anderson doesn't fully go around him on this one, and kind of this is exactly kind of turning speed into power exactly on this one. But as you can see, he kind of even just corners it a little bit because he knows he can't really stick with him around the corner. So it's kind of like he doesn't even really give him the chance to anchor because he sees gets him turned sideways a little bit too.
Yeah, and this to me is the difference between a guy that's good at turning speed to power and a guy that just kind of like does it to try and go through someone's chest. Because if you watch Will, he's going to engage and then he's going to work to get on an edge, which is what you're talking about, and then he only has to push through the outside shoulder. And that's going to be the problem with DJ Glaze. Is when you face better pass rushers who are smarter about how they turn speed to power, they're going to get on an edge instead of just trying to run straight through you.
Yeah, and I know, guys. I know this is Will Anderson. You're like, Marcus, why are you embarrassing DJ Glaze, Will Anderson? but I'm just trying to show you, like, when he faces like a speed guy, right? This is what happens. I mean, I could have put up a Dale Carter, right? But because even like you see it on this one, right? Because he even gets him with a little speed to power. They give him a little chip here, which is a little bit of weak chip. But you see, DJ Glaze starts to anchor, right? As soon as he, starts to put his feet down, he just rips him down like that and gets right around him.
It's the same thing. Engaging, head up, and then working off the edge. Yeah. That's perfect technique for Will Anderson. That's what you're going to expect from better pass rushers at the next level.
Yeah, for sure. All right, and here he is. This one I think gets Graham here.
On the edge?
Of 96, no. He drops off.
Malik Collins.
Yeah, Malik Collins. And Malik Collins basically does the same thing. Yeah.
Pass rush specialist.
Right? As you can see, right? Like, you get right here, okay. And sometimes he's trying to, kind of get that anchor down. And, he can't just get his hands fully on Collins, and Collins just keeps moving, right? Keeps getting around the edge, and he can't keep his feet moving here. He really can't adjust, and then Collins gets right around there for the sack too here. So, it just wasn't Will Anderson. Right? It's just speed rushers, guys with better skill all together, right? And that's the problem with DJ Glaze. So, it's gonna be interesting to see if Charles Grant could beat him out, just because I think Glaze is a solid player, right? Like, you can see some solid aspects to his game. He just has a huge liability. That some games it's not going to happen for you. So do you go with the guy that has the upside to beat everybody, or do you go with the solid guy? And that's going to be the tough spot.
I'm just being honest. I watched that tape and it's just guard. Like, everything I'm talking about like the clip you showed at the end, like, that's a 300-pound defensive tackle that's beating him around the edge. Now, not exactly with speed or anything like that, but that's part of the problem. Is like, he's so predicated on just sitting there and parking himself like down at the line of scrimmage or whatever, that like that's why I don't like, he can't hold down the edge. Like, at the end of the day, like, he'd be so much better if he didn't have to operate in space, didn't have to worry about it, and could just can just sit there at guard. But
yeah,
I mean, right now the Raiders need a right tackle, and someone's got to do the job. So again, if Charles Grant can't win the job, can't win the battle, you kind of got no other option at this point, unless Trey Zune's going to factor into the mix, which maybe he can, but he's the literal opposite of DJ Glaze.
I know. Because the thing is with DJ is that since he is a solid, pretty good run blocker, I think that's kind of a little bit of be a factor here too. Is that the Raiders they're going to try to run the ball this year. These guys are about to run. He ran the ball 50% of the time last year. Kubiak, I think, is about to be like 52. This year he's like the 52, 48s. Yeah. It's gonna be that 2nd and 10 run that everybody's just gonna be mad about. That's happening, guys. We're getting those 2nd and 10 runs, and I hope you guys are ready for that. If Glaze is gonna be out there, because that's what's gonna happen, man. I mean, even some of the other breakdowns we did with the guards, man. It's Spencer Burford, if he's out there, they are running the ball. Right? Let's get to Charles Grant, bro.
Yeah, sounds good. All right, we're good.
Mm-hmm. Presenting a screen. I gotta remember the other one. There you go.
All right, cool.
Now we're good.
All right, so I did this a little bit backwards, so we're actually going to start with the positive run blocks this time instead of starting with a negative. So get this this first one. Going to be a little backside cutoff on this. It looks like inside zone concept. And what I like about Grant, this is one of the examples I was talking about where he doesn't quite get like a clean initial contact, right? Where he's like his hands. You can see they come a little bit wide, and that's something that I think he's going to have to work on. But I think that the Raiders were coached to do that last year because we saw that with Glaze a little bit too. I mean, you can see Glaze doing it right here. And so he kind of gives up inside positioning there, not the best pad level. But what I like is he does a good job of like maneuvering himself. And this is what I'm talking about, where he's more of a guy that's going to kind of like just put himself in good positions to kind of keep his guy away from the ball. And on top of it, he may not get the clean cutoff or reach, whatever you want to call it. Partially because his hands aren't quite set. But what I like that he does is he turns that into a drive block, and then that's where you can kind of start to see a little bit of the power, where he starts getting some push and getting some vertical movement to make sure his guy stays away from Genty and kind of help give Genty this lane. This is one of the few reps that the Raiders blocked up pretty well with Stone Forsythe holding on for dear life. Oh no, excuse me. I don't know who is that. Oh no, that's Caleb Rogers holding on for dear life against Dexter Lawrence. Which that is a win against that guy.
Great rep, Caleb. Go.
All right, so this one going to be kind of similar, except this time he does an even better job of getting his hips around. Again, this is where I think you're talking about, where like I think he's a good fit with Kubiak, and you can see a little bit the athleticism because this is a 4-eye technique. So at a pre-snap disadvantage, and he just does a great job of sealing him, and then just kind of parking himself between Genty and his man. Where if Genty wants to cut this back, depending on Antonio Mafi getting this block, he has that option for him because of the backside is cut off. Or Genty can kind of just keep trucking the lane, put his head down, and get a nice little double team, nice combo block here on the front side from Kappa and Caleb Rogers and Mafi a little bit too. Then he's keeping his guy away from the running back and away from making the play.
Nice blocks.
This one is, I think, where you see a little bit more of the raw power, because I mean that's a great job just widening the edge. I mean, he gets out of the picture on this one. And one of the things that I really like is he does a really good job with his hands here. You just pointed this out with DJ Glaze of he's a little bit wider he's still a little wide, and I'm not a huge fan of the windup. But I like that. But what I like that Grant does on this one is he works up with his hands, and like you're going to see right about here, that's going to help stand up that edge defender. He stands up a little bit too, but he's uncorking his hips and just keep his feet moving, getting a nice push on the edge over there. Abdul Carter beats Michael Mayer, and no one blocks the safety. So
Mafi is just play tag with 22.
Yeah. Mafi's another guy that hopefully we don't see too much of. This one, more than anything, I just like the awareness, like mentally, because you're going to see like this can be another little, I think, middle, maybe outside zone or mid zone type of concept, and the Chiefs are going to have a little stunt going, and the Chiefs do a pretty good job of disguising it, where like this 5 technique is it's not like he's shaded or head up on the tackle to get into the B gap. He's playing like a true 5 technique, and then you see the linebacker scrape over the top. And Grant just does a great job of like recognizing it, seeing it, and then just kind of moving his eyes and taking his eyes to the linebacker. Then on top of it, like you see a little bit of the power, the strength and power again. Drew Tranquil is not the biggest dude in the world, not exactly a force when coming downhill, but that's a great block by Grant here to push him out of the screen.
Yeah, I just like the angriness of just pushing him out of the screen like this.
Yeah, a little nastiness. Finish it too.
Yeah,
it's a little long arm here at the end too. Like
I know.
Yeah. I wish I had the sideline view.
Me too. Yeah. It's just completely unnecessary, and I love it.
Yeah, I love it. Like a little nastiness. Let's see which one is this one. This one could be a little combo block. Again, nothing too fancy on this one, but what I do like is that he does a good job of making contact on the first level and then turning 51 shoulders here to help Stone Forsyth to pick up that extra block as a tight end. And on top of it too, like once Bolton starts coming downhill or even right here, like you can see he's engaged with the DN, but has his eyes on Bolton and just goes picks him up. So again, nothing too special on this one, but I just like the awareness and the alertness, especially for one, a rookie, and two, a guy who this was basically the only game he played in.
Yeah, for sure.
Have that sort of awareness. Yeah, we'll come back later in another clip though. It doesn't go so well, but we'll get to that one.
Yeah.
Again, this one's not as fancy. I think this is where you probably see a little bit of like the play strength and pad level issues. But even with that, like he still manages to get a little bit of push on here where like, everyone else is kind of parked at the line of scrimmage. Both our tight ends are here, and here's Mafi, but Grant's still getting a little bit of push to help move his guy out of the way. So see a little bit of the strength, but definitely has some stuff to clean up as far as like the pad level and whatnot. And probably getting a little bit more naturally strong. This was the play I was just talking about. I'll cut him some slack though. This was literally the only play he got in the game against the Chiefs. So he's coming off the bench cold. Again, just kind of getting thrown to the action. That's not an ideal situation. But yeah, like this is one too where like he realizes it too. He has the oh shit moment right here. Like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to block that guy. Yeah, it's just a mental error. But again, not a easy situation. Not playing at all. This is literally his first NFL snap, at least on offense in the regular season. So
very good.
All right. So on this one, we're gonna see a little bit of his hands or his wide hands kind of come into play. Like you can see on this rep, I think he might be trying to do what I was talking about earlier with his inside hand and like getting that underneath to stand up Menahu on at defensive end. Like if you notice, like his outside hand is already pretty high and wide, so that's just going to invite the defensive end into his chest. And since doesn't have his hands low and can come up, he can't like knock Menahu's arms off of his chest, and he just never gets a firm grasp on the block or anything like that, firm set on the block, and ends up getting shed and forcing Genty to cut back in the teeth. Although got a few problems going on this one, so yeah, Glaze is getting beat on this one. So there you go. That's encouraging. The guy he's competing with gets beat inside.
Yeah.
All right, which one we got here? And this one's kind of the same thing, just on the second level.
Yeah,
a little late with his hands. Just lets Jeffrey Bossa, which this one hurt me personally, hurt the soul, get right into his chest. And Bossa's a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah,
get some extension on that block and able to work across his face and then go get involved with the tackle. I will cut him some slack on this rep just because like the Chiefs just more than anything they have a pretty well timed stunt here. The one thing I will say is unlike that other one, this is kind of tipped a little bit where 51 here is maybe not completely, but 90% at least head up on Grant to kind of tip it a little bit. Yeah, and you're going to see the Chiefs have him slant into the C gap and then the linebacker wrap inside. And what I want you guys to watch is just watch Charles Grant's angle compared to everyone else's on the line on this outside zone concept. He just comes straight forward, excuse me, and tries to attack 51, whereas everyone else is working laterally. And I think that's just made because of where he's lined up pre-snap and he doesn't anticipate the stunt coming. And then same thing, gets beat across his face, forces Genty to cut back inside into the teeth of the defense. Although this is very ironic because DJ Glaze doesn't get his block either.
Yeah. This is shared breakdown here on this one.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Moving on to the pass pro, we'll start this time. We'll start with the negative. And again, this is the one time he got beat in the handful of snaps, the 25 or so pass pro snaps he had last year. And it's kind of what I was referencing, where he just kind of like reaches for Chris Jones here instead of kind of letting him come to him and using his length in that way, and just gets out of his tube. And I think his punch is a little slow there.
Yeah.
A veteran guy like Grant, or a veteran guy like Jones, he's just going to play the hands when you're that slow and then win and beat you inside. So just one thing I think he needs to be is just a little more patient. This one, though, I liked a lot better. I thought he did a better job of staying within himself and had better timing with his punch. Still leans forward a little bit, but this is a good example where those damn near 35-inch arms really come into play.
Yeah,
he's able to make contact and strike at the same time, or probably a little bit sooner than 45 here. And he just has a length advantage.
Were they teaching him that uppercut type of thing that he does?
Which one are you talking about?
Like this hand place he uses, because it's like an uppercut, like kind of. You know what I mean? Are they teaching him?
Yeah, I've heard of people. I've heard of it being taught like with both hands to come up to kind of get some lift. So I'd imagine that they were, or maybe he was taught to do that at some point. But yeah, the one hand is interesting. I'm not an O-line expert enough to know if that's like the technique that they would be coaching, or if it would be with both. I've heard of it being with both, but not just that one yet.
Interesting.
Yeah. Again, it's another example too of just his length. This time going up against a Menahu, and like just how much better that is than the one against Chris Jones, of him just kind of staying back. Again, he does lean a little bit to kind of come get him, but he just does a much better job of staying within himself, staying within his tube, and not overextending. Yeah, and the timing's great. Like he does a great job with his punch here. Like you see Omena, who's trying to start his move, but he gets that long hand or that long arm in his chest, and it kind of stops it before it can even happen. This is another thing that I thought was really impressive for a guy who, again, really only played in like one or a couple of games, didn't get much experience in pass pro. He was pretty damn good at picking up stunts, and he recognized them really quickly. Like you'll see here on this one against the Giants, as soon as 45 starts working inside, like he does a pretty good job of getting his eyes back inside, expecting something coming out, or expecting something coming back to him. And on top of it, passes that off, get a little authority on that, a little push, make sure that guy goes all the way inside. And then finally just finishes the rep by doing a great job of changing directions, getting his hips back open, and just picking up 91 there. Give O'Connell a nice pocket to throw from, hit Cedric Jackson.
Yeah.
I think we got one more here. This one's going to be the opposite, going to be a little TE stunt.
Oh, nice. There you go.
Thank you. Again, like this is what I like too. Like again, as soon as Menahu starts to work inside, boom, look where his eyes go. Right inside, and he's picking up 51 here. Mm-hmm. Great job picking that up. That's where the long arms come back in the hand. Just keeps him at bay. So pass pro is definitely pretty clean. I think that
was a nice throw by O'Connell. Good Lord. My bad. I took you off the stage, man.
No, yeah, he was O'Connell had a few nice dimes in that one. He was letting it rip a little bit, like playing like he had nothing to lose. I was kind of excited. But yeah, with Charles Grant, I mean, the biggest thing's going to be the run game. Again, pass pro, limited sample size, but it was pretty clean. And like I said, for a guy to have the mental alertness and pick up the stunts, even after barely playing as a rookie, I think he literally had like 25 pass pro snaps last year. I don't think if it was more than that, it wasn't much more. So I liked what I saw from him in that regard. And I think if you want a guy that's the better scheme fit and I think has the brighter future, you play Charles Grant over DJ Glaze, because I think he can do the outside zone stuff in the running game. He might not be a devastating blocker. He might not be as much of a people mover as a DJ Glaze is, but he's better in pass pro and he's more athletic and can maneuver himself a little bit better to be the better fit with Kubiak and what they've tried to run in that offense in the past. So that's kind of why, again, a big reason why I think he'll end up winning this job. And why Glaze would probably be a candidate to maybe be in the mix at the inside at some point, on the inside at some point.
Yeah, man. Because that's what I was thinking too. Like, I mean, you got to go with the more athletic guy who has better pass protection, right? Yeah. I mean, if you just... especially with what you have invested behind him at quarterback. That's what you would think, but I don't know. We'll see. Because it all depends on how Grant does in the run game in preseason. I think these guys are gonna have a battle. I think this is going to be the battle on the offensive line. I think the JPJ. I'm hoping Spitzer Perfect gets a battle with Cater Rodgers. I'm really hoping there, but I think it's going to be see how that goes. And hopefully I'm wrong about that. But this one is a battle. This is DJ Glaze is not the starter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if Grant goes out there and has a great camp, he will be starting on week 1, right? Yeah. And that's this is a true one, and I'm with you, man. I'm leaning Charles Grant.
Yeah,
I'm leaning Charles Grant.
And it wouldn't surprise me if it's a situation where like both guys are getting reps with it's literally day by day who's getting reps with the ones. If you think your first 2 preseason games are going to be your evals for the starters, and your third's going to be the one for the guys to make the roster, I would think. Glaze gets to start one of those games, and then Grant gets the other one. That's kind of how I would envision doing it in my head. But I think you're right. This is a true mano-a-mano. Let's see who's better. Let's see who can line up and play. Type of position battle where guard's a little bit more convoluted. And guard, I think there are clear favorites that you want to win, whereas this one feels like it's pretty even going into it. Where it's a flip a coin who's going to win it type of deal.
Yeah, I agree. All right, guys. So we're out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Tapedontlie. Hit the subscribe button. Subscribe. We'll be back. We'll be doing a different position. Getting you guys ready for training camp, man. We only got a couple weeks left, so I'm excited about that. And then we'll get into some training camp. Of course, do their little reactions and stuff like that. And then Matt, it's brand new film. We're about a month away.
Finally.
It's about a month away. Like, what's the first preseason game? I think it's
August. I don't have the calendar in front of me.
No, I'm looking it up.
Yeah, it's like August 10th, something like that.
August 13th. We are exactly 29 days away, Matt.
Okay.
From brand new film that we'll be tired of by week 3 of preseason.
That we'll complain about then because it's so vanilla, and it's a bunch of guys that aren't playing the game. Yeah. We'll find a way to get the complaints in there. It's just a matter of what we're going to complain about. No, part of me is I just kind of want to see what they're gonna run defensively. I mean, that gets into another tangent. I know they won't show everything, but I'm like, are they going to run the odd front? Are they going to do that without a true nose tackle or without a real legit nose tackle on the roster? But get some questions answered here in the next month.
All right, guys. So we're out of here. Peace.